Vaheguru 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 Vaheguru
वाहेगुरु जी का खालसा वाहेगुरु जी की फतेह. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatshah's bachan everybody's just listened to. जाको हर रंग लागो इस जुग में है सो कहियत है सूरा आत्म जने सगल वास्ता कह जाका सतगुरु पूरा. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatshah saying that जाको हर रंग लागो इस जुग में है, that those that fall in love with Vaheguru Ji, those that fall in love with the absolute truth, even in this day and age, जाको हर रंग लागो इस जुग में है, even when we've got so many things that are against us walking upon that path of truth. Paatshah is saying जाको हर रंग लागो इस जुग में है, when there is so much ignorance that exists, our brains, our minds are being programmed by so many different things around us, whether it be social media, whether it be when we switch on the television, whether it be when we get into a conversation with somebody. Our minds are being programmed to come away from that path of truth. We've been made to go to a sleep from inside. That's why Paatshah says, Jaako har rang lago is jog mein hai, even when we've got all of this against us. There is so much darkness around us. Even then, if we're able to see the light and follow the path of truth and fall in love with the truth and fall in love with Vaheguru Ji, fall in love with Satguru Ji Sache Paatshah Ji, Jaako har rang lago is jog mein so kahiyat hai sura. Paatshah Ji saying then that person is known to be as a warrior. That person is a surma. A warrior is that person today that is able to follow the path of truth and fall in love with Vaheguru Ji. Atam Jina, those that are able to win over and conquer their minds. Even though often, and if the translation is coming up, that Atam is commonly translated to soul. But Atam over here in this context does not mean soul. Atam is translated to mind. And that's a common thing in Gurbani, that most times, majority times in the word Atam comes up, it actually means mind and not our soul. Guru Sahib is saying that Atam Jine, those that have conquered their minds, Atam Jine Sagal Vasata Ka, then Sagal Vas, then everything, everybody is on their side. The whole world is on their side from that moment. And that doesn't mean that we aren't an enemy in somebody else's eyes. It means that from that moment onwards, from when I conquer my own mind, I have no enemy left within inside of my mind. In my mind, I oppose nobody from that moment. Inside of me, I have no jealousy for nobody from that moment, Atam Jane, when I win over my own mind. Because Satguru Ji Paatshah Ji is saying that man apne te bura mitana, pekhe sagal srisht sajana. Guru Sahib Ji saying from that moment when I took out all the negativities from my own mind, man apne te bura mitana. It was my own mind. It was all of that rubbish that was sitting in my mind. That's why I saw people that I thought was against me. But Gursikh Pyaro, the truth is that once we take out all of those, that rubbish that is sitting in our own mind, from that moment onwards, we won't actually, we'll see everybody to be our friend. We won't see anybody to be an enemy. We won't be an enemy to anybody. They might see that in us, but we won't see that in them anymore. Man apne te bura mitana, pekhe sagal srisht sajna, atam jane sagal vasta ke jaka satguru pura. Who are those that are able to win over their mind? When are we able to do that? When we've got Satguru Ji Paatshah Ji beside us. When we take the oath, we take the support of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Paatshah Ji's Bani. Atam jane sagal vasta ke jaka satguru pura. When we take and we embrace Guru Granth Sahib Ji Paatshah Ji, only then we're able to win over our mind. And who were those? Was there anybody that is able to do that? And we're going through the jeevani of Tan, that Gursikh, that is a blessed Gursikh Baba Buddha Ji. Baba Buddha Ji was that Gursikh that had won over his mind. Baba Buddha Ji was that Gursikh that had fallen in love with Waheguru Ji. Baba Buddha Ji was that Gursikh that had fallen in love with Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah Ji. Baba Buddha Ji gave the complete self. Tan man tan sab saump gur ko hukam manya paiye. So we're looking at the life of Baba Buddha Ji. We left it at the Sakhi when Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah Ji came out, and when they were dressed and they came out in ripped clothes. So we left at that Sakhi 2 weeks ago, when that time came of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah Ji to place their jot inside of Bhai Lehna Ji, making them into Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah Ji. When Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah Ji said that, oh Bhai Lehna, the reason why now you see Nanak to be everywhere, because Nanak Angad ke hiya mein, because now Nanak is sitting in the heart of Lehna, and from today you are not Lehna anymore, today you have become Angad. When that day came, as per Gurbani, Gur Chelle Rehras ki Nanak Salamat Thivte, Seh Tikka de Dos Jeev de. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah Ji, Gur Chelle, bow the head before the Chella, before the disciple. Gur Chelle Rehras ki. Rehras over here means to bow down. Guru Sahib Ji Chella means disciple. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah Gur Chelle Rehras ki Nanak Salamat Thivde. Whilst Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah Ji is Salamat. Salamat meaning whilst Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah Ji is still upon this world. Because many people, they find it very difficult to pass on their throne to somebody else because they be so attached to it. But they said Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah Ji, whilst they're still in this physical form, they gave everything over to Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah Ji. Gur Chelle Rehras ki Nanak Salamat Thivde, Seh Tikka de Dos Jeevte. Seh Tikka, Tikka is that sign that was placed on the forehead of the next Guru to be. That ceremony that took place, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah Ji gave the privilege to Baba Buddha Ji to actually carry out those rites of the next Gur Gaddi. When they're passing on the throne, they're sitting Bhai Lehna Ji as now Guru Angad Dev Ji on the throne. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah Ji called Baba Buddha Ji. Baba Buddha Ji is the one that actually places that sign, that tikka upon the forehead of Guru Angad Dev Ji Sache Paatshah. Se tikka de dos jeev de. This all happened whilst Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah is still alive, jeev de. Baba Buddha Ji was given this job by Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah Ji themselves. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah Ji already had done ishara to Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah Ji to remain in Kartarpur Sahib. The reason for not remaining in Kartarpur Sahib was because of Baba Shri Chand and Baba Lakshmi Das, because of the sons of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah Ji. Because they went obedient to Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah Ji, as per Gurbani say that Putri Kaul na palyo kar piroh kan muratiye dil khote aaki firan ban par uchayan chhattiye. Guru Nanak Paatshah Ji, they did not listen to the bachan of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah Ji, their own sons didn't. And Bani is telling us that Baba Shri Chand and Baba Lakshmi Das, Gurbani says that Putri meaning both of the sons, Putri Kaul means the bachan, the hukam, the order of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. That Putri Kaul na palyo, they didn't actually follow what Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah Ji was asking them to do. Putri Kaul na palyo kar peer ho. Peer means Guru. Guru meaning over here Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Kar peer ho kan muratiye. Kan here is with a tippi, so it doesn't mean ear. If it was without a tippi, then it would mean ear. But kan here means back. This is that kar piro kan muratiye. Muratiye means to turn around. And they said what Baba Shri Chand Ji, the son of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, what they would do when Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah would ask them to do something, they'd actually turn their back to Guru Nanak Dev Ji. It may not be that this physically happened, that they turned their back, but what it means is that they turned their back to Guru Nanak Dev Ji's bachan. They didn't follow what Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah was asking them to do. Dil khote aaki firan. Dil khote, inside their minds were false. Dil khote aaki firan. Aaki means when somebody is disobedient. So they didn't listen to what Guru Sahib Ji Paatshah Ji was saying to them. So this is clearly written in Gurbani about their sons. But Bhai Lehna Ji did exactly what Guru Sahib Ji said. for now, that ishara that was given to Bhai Lehna Ji to leave Kartarpur Sahib because they would cause trouble. Baba Shri Chanda Baba Lakshmi Das Ji, because they wanted the throne. For that reason, they would cause trouble. They asked Bhai Lehna Ji to leave, and the ishara was to go towards Khadur Sahib. Ishara means when somebody doesn't actually say something straight out, but they're saying it in riddles. Guru Angad Dev Ji Pach Ji left Kartarpur Sahib, but Guru Angad Dev Ji Pach Ji did not reach Khadur Sahib. Khadur Sahib is where Bhai Lehna Ji, Guru Angad Dev Ji Pach Ji grew up. But they didn't actually reach that place of Khadur Sahib. Just before Khadur Sahib, on the outskirts, is a little village called Sangar. Guru Angad Dev Ji Pach Ji went to this place called Sangar, and they went to somebody's house, and her name is Mata Virai Ji. Why did Guru Angad Dev Ji Pach Ji decide and choose to go to the house of Mata Virai Ji? Who is Mata Virai Ji? Why was she so important that Guru Sahib Ji went there? We've probably heard her name many times. And in Itihas, in history, her name comes up differently as well. Over here, Principal Satbir Singh and Mehma Prakash, they write Mata Virai Ji. Some people have written Sabrai Ji. Some historians have written Mata Nihali Ji. So these different names come up, but we're going to use the name Mata Virai Ji. Why these different names? How did these names change? When Guru Angad Dev Ji Pach Ji's father, their Pita Ferumal Ji. So their father, Pita Ferumal Ji, when their business started to go down, they were a trader, so they would go out and buy things and sell them at a profit. That's what they did for a living, Baba Ferumal Ji. But when their business started to go down, then Baba Ferumal Ji decided to work for somebody and give up their own business. They started to work for somebody called Takht Mal. Takht Mal was a very successful businessman. He was a very rich man. He owned much land spread out over about 80 to 85 different villages. Baba Ferumal, the father of Guru Angad Dev Ji, starts to work for him. And Takht Mal's daughter was somebody called Sabrai Ji. And where did she get this name from? Her name came from Satta Pravan Wali, because she had 7 brothers, and often people would say Satta Pravan Waliya. So it could have been that her name was Nihali, but her name changed. So people started saying Satta Pravan Wali. From that became that Sabrai. From Sabrai they said that name changed to Virai. And Baba Ferumal had made Mata Virai Ji into his sister, what we call a Dharmadipan. So it wasn't actually blood related in any way, because they were close to her, because they grew up together, because she was the daughter of Takht Mal, who Baba Ferumal Ji worked with. And then Guru Angad Dev Ji, as they were growing up, as Bhai Lehna Ji used to call Mata Virai Ji Pua Ji, because ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪਿਤਾ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਭੈਣ ਬਣਾਈ ਹੋਈ ਸੀਗੀ, ਤਾਂ ਮਾਤਾ ਵਿਰਾਈ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਭੂਆ ਜੀ ਸੱਦਦੇ ਸਨ. Guru Angad Dev Ji Pach Ji went to the house of Mata Virai Ji, but that's not the only reason. The only reason isn't because they grew up with her. The other reason is when Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pach Ji in their first Udasi meaning in their first travels. Udasi means somebody that has become detached from the world. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pach Ji, when they were onto their travels, they actually came to this place of Khadur Sahib, and they went to this village of Sangar. Mata Virai Ji came and did darshan and met Guru Nanak Dev Ji, had vision of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pachi Pratak, and Mata Virai Ji did benti to Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Pachi Ji to come and stay in their house. Mata Virai Ji said to Guru Nanak Dev Ji, "Tusi sade kare aake teko, come and stay at our house." And Guru Nanak Dev Ji said to Mata Virai Ji that I'm not going to be able to stay now, but I will come later on and stay khulla sama tere naal. I will stay for a long time at your house. And that ishara again was saying, meaning that I'll come in my second form in Guru Angad Dev Ji. That's the real true reason why Guru Angad Dev Ji went there. Even though they grew up together and they called her Pua Ji, is because of Guru Nanak Dev Ji's bachan. They had said to Mata Virai Ji, in the future I will come here and stay for a long time. Guru Angad Dev Ji Pach Ji decided to go to Sangar to Mata Virai Ji's house and stay there. They said to Mata Virai Ji that you're not to tell anybody that I am here. Kisse nu dasna nahi main ithe aa. Mata Virai Ji was a Sat Bachani. Sat Bachani means somebody that actually whatever Guru Sahib Ji says, that makes sure that becomes true. So Guru Sahib Ji said it, and she said, "Pacha Ji, I will do my best. Whatever you are saying, I will follow whatever you are saying." Over there now in Kartarpur Sahib, Sangat utthe vyakul ho rahi hai. Vyakul means the Sangat is thinking they're missing that jot of Guru Nanak Patsha Ji. Because inside that peace that they would get from Guru Nanak Dev Ji Patsha Ji, those that are now sitting on the thrones, people like Baba Shri Chand, the son of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Patsha Ji, claiming to have the jot of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, when they're going to Baba Shri Chand, they're not feeling satisfied. Because the jot isn't there, it's only the jot that is going to be able to satisfy us. So now the Sangat get together and the Sangat say, we need to find Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Meaning the jot of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. The jot is in Guru Angad Dev Ji, we need to find where Guru Angad Dev Ji is. So some of them, they put some ideas together and they started to send some Gursikhs out to find Guru Angad Dev Ji, but they'd come back empty and say we weren't able to find them. So what they did was, they says, remember that Guru Nanak Dev Ji Patsha Ji gave a boon, gave a blessing to Baba Buddha Ji and said to Baba Buddha Ji, Te to ola kade na ho sa, that I will never be away from your eyes. So then Panj Gursikh, a part of those Panj Gursikh was a Gursikh called Bhai Jitta Randhawa. He then got 4 other Gursikhs, so 5 Gursikhs went to Guru Baba Buddha Ji in a place called Ramadas. So there was a village called Ramadas where Baba Buddha Ji was staying. They went to that place and those Panj Gursikhs put their hands together and did benti to Baba Buddha Ji. Said, Baba Buddha Ji, if there's anyone that is able to tell us where Guru Angad Dev Ji Patsha Ji is, it's you. We know that you are the only one, because Guru Nanak Dev Ji said to you, ke buddhaya, ke teton kade na ola hosiyan will never be away from your eyes. And Baba Buddha Ji said, upon hearing the benti and the request of the Sangat, they said, if anybody knows where Guru Angad Dev Ji is going to be, it'll be Mata Virai Ji will be able to tell us. Baba Buddha Ji just knew from inside, because they had the bachan. Now 6 Gursikhs are going now towards that direction of Khadur Sahib. But Baba Buddha Ji does something very clever. They said, before we go, they said, let's take somebody else with us. Baba Buddha Ji goes over to Bhai Balwand Ji. Bhai Balwand Ji is the Kirtaniya who can play the rabab, that he's got the art of rag behind him. Baba Buddha Ji takes Bhai Balwand Ji along with them. Mehma Prakash write that Bhai Balwand Ji was around during that time. Kavi Bhai Sahib Bhai Kabir Santokh Singh, he writes that Bhai Balwand Ji came during Guru Arjan Dev Ji's time. But when we read a history, it makes a lot of sense to say that Bhai Balwand Ji was around from Guru Angad Dev Ji's time. So they've all left now. These 7 Gursikhs are walking towards Khadur Sahib. Mata Virai Ji is sitting outside of the house where Guru Angad Dev Ji Patsha Ji is inside. Mata Virai Ji sees that Gursikhs are coming. Gursikhs are coming to find Guru Angad Dev Ji Patsha Ji, and she's thinking, मैं तो Guru Sahib Ji de bachana di palana karni hai, that I don't want to go against what Guru Sahib Ji, what Guru Angad Dev Ji Patsha Ji said to me. I better go over to those Gursikhs myself before they come here, because I don't want to tell them that Guru Angad Dev Ji is here. So Mata Virai Ji, before Baba Buddha Ji and the other Gursikhs can get to the house where Guru Angad Dev Ji is, she runs across and she goes and stands by Baba Buddha Ji. Baba Buddha Ji, they didn't, before they even greeted her, to say when they got to there, Baba Buddha Ji put their hands together and Baba Buddha Ji said a Gurbani di Pangti. Baba Buddha Ji kehne lage, kende Nanak dekh dikhaiye how sad balhare jas. Baba Buddha Ji kehne lage Mata Virai Ji no, kende Mata Ji, kende Nanak dekh dikhaiye. What does this mean? Baba Buddha Ji saying to Mata Ji, kende Nanak, that Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying that dekh those that have seen the Guru, those that have seen Akal Purkh Vaheguru Ji, those that have seen Pratak, that have actually had darshana of Guru Sahib Ji. Nanak dekh, they've seen Guru Sahib Ji themselves, and they've got the power to do what? Nanak dekh dikhaiye. They've got the power to show others as well the Guru. Baba Buddha Ji used a Pankti to speak to her, and they said, those that have seen the Guru. So they're saying to Mata Virai Ji, you've seen Guru Sahib Ji, you've seen Guru Angad Dev Ji Patsha Ji, you show me Guru Angad Dev Ji Patsha Ji as well now. Nanak dekh dikhaiye how sad balhare jas. They said, Mata Virai Ji, if you do this thing for me, if you are to show Guru Angad Dev Ji Patsha Ji to me, then I will be a forever sacrifice to you. How sad balhare jas. We should be seeking out for those as well that have already had darshan, true darshan, and given Sadguru Ji Patsha Ji a place deep inside of their hearts. because they can do the same for us. Nanak dekh dikhaiye how sad bala rahe jas. Upon Mata Viraiji hearing these words, Mata Viraiji stays quiet. She doesn't say anything. She doesn't reply. The Gursikhs did a benti, says, Mataji, take us to Guru Angad Dev Ji. Where are they? Tell us. Mata Viraiji said, they said, Gursikho, they said, Guru Angad Dev Ji Pach Ji, ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪ ਤਿਆਰ ਹੋਣਗੇ, ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਆ ਉਹ ਸਮਾਂ ਸਹੀ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਆ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਕੇ ਵਿਚਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ. They said that they, Guru Angad Dev Ji Pach Ji, know themselves when is the right time to come out into the Sangat. The Gursikhs not satisfied with this answer. Gursikhs is still looking at the chehra, still looking at the face of Mata Viraiji. Mata Viraiji said, this stubbornness isn't good from you. They said, it's not good to be so stubborn. This stubbornness isn't so good for you. Kende paane vich rehna, bachana di palana karni, kende ehi kende mitha paniya. Kende ede vich hi kende sab kuch hai. Mataji said, Mata Viraiji said, it's sweet to follow the hukam, to follow the order of the Guru. That's what it is to be, that's what's sweet to do. She says this, Baba Buddha Ji, remember, what do Mahapurkh have behind them? What do Sants have? What do Gurmukhs have? Why is it that Gurbani is saying to us again and again to go and seek out those Guru De Pyare, those Gurmukhs? Why? Because they've got something called a Jugati. They've got the perfect, they know the way. They know what to say. They know the how. ਜਿਵੇਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕੁੰਡੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਫਸੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਨਾ ਉਹ ਕੁੰਡੀ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਖੋਲਣਾ ਆ. ਉੱਥੇ Baba Buddha Ji, so Mata Ji saying it's sweet to stay in the will, in the order and follow the order of Guru Sahib Ji. Don't be so stubborn, because Gurbani says man hat kine na paya sab thakke karm kamaye, man hat kine na payo. Guru Amar Das Ji Pachi's Bani saying being stubborn minded hasn't got anyone to Waheguru Ji. Manhat means to be stubborn. Manhat kine na payo. Nobody has ever merged with Waheguru Ji whilst being stubborn minded. Sab thakke karma kamahe. Sab thakke, they get tired of the empty rituals they are doing. But this is not the mode, this is not the way Baba Buddha Ji and those Gursikhs have come. Because their insides isn't in that state of being stubborn. Baba Buddha Ji said something amazing to Mata Viraiji Ji. Baba Buddha Ji said, kende Mata Ji, kende Guru agge kende virlap karna, Guru agge kende jodri karni, bentiyan karne, kende hukam nu talna nahi hunda. Baba Buddha Ji said, kende Mata Viraiji Ji, kende doing a benti, putting a request forward, crying out to your Guru from inside, it's not going against the Guru's hukum, it's not going against the Guru's order. Just like Bhagat Kabir Ji says, Kabir, keso kukiye na soye asar, raat divas ke kukne kabhu ke sune pukar. Bhagat Kabir Ji saying, kende Kabir keso kukiye, keso here meaning referring to Waheguru Ji. Keso here is another name for Waheguru Ji. Keso meaning that long-haired Waheguru Ji. Because whoever has had darshan of Akal Purkh Ji, Pratak darshan, an actual form, they've always had darshan of Waheguru Ji with long hair. And Kabir Ji saying, Kabir keso kukiye. Kukiye means when from inside you cry out. And you're crying from inside. Kabir Ji saying, Kabir keso kukiye na soye asar, na soye, don't sleep in unawareness. Meaning don't ever go to sleep from inside. Remain awake from inside. Kende Kabir keso kukiye na soye asar, raat divas ke kukne, night, raat divas and day. Kende if I cry out to you day and night, raat divas ke kukne kab hun ke sune pukar, you will listen to my cry one day if I just keep crying out for you. I know that my cry will never go empty. You will listen to my cry. You will listen to that pain that is inside of my heart. This is the state that Baba Buddha Ji has come in with the Gursikhs. It doesn't mean going against the will of Satguru Ji. Mata Viraiji Ji, even after hearing all of this, Mata Viraiji Ji still remains quiet. Baba Buddha Ji looked at Mata Viraiji Ji's chehra, looked at Mata Viraiji Ji's face, and this is Mata Ji, I know that Guru Angad Dev Ji Pacha Ji has said to you, don't tell anyone. So you can't go against what Guru Angad Dev Ji is saying. He said, but Mata Ji, when I look at your face, when I look at your chehra is shining and so radiant. I know that you've been serving that true light. I can see in your face. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤੇਰਾ ਚਿਹਰੇ ਤੋਂ ਲੁਕਾਇਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਤੂੰ ਗੁਰੂ ਅੰਗਦ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦੀ ਪਈ ਹੈ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ I can see in your face that you've been serving Guru Angad Dev Ji Pacha Ji. They said a diamond cannot be hidden. The rays of light will escape and come through somehow. Mata Virai Ji still remained quiet. Baba Buddha Ji ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਰਬਾਬ ਵਜਾਏ. They looked towards Bhai Balwant Ji. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਰਬਾਬ ਵਜਾਏ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਗਾਓ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ take out that rabab, take out that beautiful stringed instrument that Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pacha Ji used to listen to day and night from Bhai Mardana Ji. Can they take out that rabab and can they start singing the shabad and start singing the words of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pacha? Can they rabab vajaye shabad gao? Can they Guru Nanak di आवाज सुन के can they बाहर आउणगे सतगुरु जी सच्चे पातशाह जी? Look at the words that they used. How beautiful, how amazing. Baba Buddha Ji saying, can they, when Guru Angad Dev Ji Pacha Ji hears the voice of Guru Nanak Pacha Ji, they will come out themselves. They didn't say when they hear the voice of Bhai Balwant. They didn't say when they hear the voice of the Kirtani. They said when they hear the voice, meaning that when somebody is doing Kirtan, those that have love inside for Guru Nanak Pacha Ji, they will take that to be the voice of Guru Nanak Pacha Ji. This says, आवाज सुनाओ Guru Nanak Pacha Ji, वो बाहर आउणगे. Bhai Balwant Ji बैठे तो उथे कीर्तन उन्होंने शुरू कर दिता. Bhai Balwant Ji sits down and starts to do kirtan. As Bhai Balwant Ji is doing kirtan, they're all completely absorbed in Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pacha's Bani doing kirtan here. As everybody is absorbed, Mata Virai Ji is also sitting there, listening to the kirtan. And Baba Buddha Ji opens their eyes. What do they see before their eyes when they open their eyes? Baba Buddha Ji ne apna sees upar nu chakya. They lift their head up, they open their eyes, and they see Guru Angad Dev Ji Pacha Ji walking out of that house. Darshan dekht hi suddh ki na suddh rahi, buddh ki na buddh rahi, mat mein na mat hai. Bhai Gurdas Ji's kabit. Bhai Gurdas Ji's kabit are saying that darshan dekht hi, as I saw you, as I lay my eyes upon you, darshan dekht hi, suddh ki na suddh rahi, I lost all consciousness. Buddh ki na buddh rahi, all my intellect departed as well, because I went to that world that is beyond this mind. Jaha abol ta man na rahawa. Over there, Bhakt Kabir Ji saying is that avastha, that state of mind when Jaha abol, when you can't speak no more, when you can't say anything anymore. Jaha abol ta man na rahawa, your mind doesn't even remain there. That mind that actually makes up words, that produces words. There's no words to even be produced now because your mind has gone beyond that world. Darshan dekht hi, suddh ki na suddh rahi, buddh ki na buddh rahi, mat mein na mat hai. I've lost all consciousness by just seeing the vision, seeing the darshan, having the darshan of you, O Guru Angad Dev Ji Pacha Ji. As Guru Angad Dev Ji Pacha Ji is walking over, because Gursikh Pyareo, that Kirtan is the khrak of Guru Nanak Pacha Ji, Baba Nand Singh Ji would say. Mahapurukhs like Baba Nand Singh Ji, they said the appetite, they said what fills Guru Nanak Pacha Ji's heart is when you sing out, when you do Kirtan. From your heart when you sing out. There's many people in this world today, they think that they have to take some form of intoxicants even to do meditate. But Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pacha Ji was asked, they were offered as well. People came to Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pacha Ji and they said for us, they said when we want to, if we want to meditate, then we take marijuana, we take bhang. They said Guru Nanak Dev Ji Kende Pacha Ji, what do you take? What do you use? What substance do you use to become intoxicated? Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pacha Ji kende pao tera bhang khaldi mera cheet main divana paya ateet. There was a question asked to Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Do you want to take some? It'll help you to focus your mind on Waheguru Ji. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pacha Ji said, they started talking direct to Waheguru Ji and says, oh Waheguru Ji kende pao tera bhang. My bhang, my marijuana is living in your fear, in your love-filled fear. That's what intoxicates me. Pao tera bhang khaldi mera cheet. Cheet, khaldi means that bag that those yogis, those sadhus used to keep their marijuana inside of. My khaldi, my bag is that I completely keep my mind focused on you, and that is with having fear for you. Pao tera bhang khaldi mera cheet, main diwana paya atit. Kende I become a diwana, I become a lover of yours, O Waheguru Ji. I've become mad in love with you. That's what diwana means. Main diwana paya atit, and I become detached from the world in this way of becoming a diwana of yours, becoming a lover of yours, O Waheguru Ji. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paat Ji has given this intoxicant of Guru Shabad, this intoxicant of Kirtan as well. We can become intoxicated in Guru Sahib Ji's love, in Waheguru Ji's love, when we in tune, when we completely focus when somebody is doing Kirtan as well. Just like Bhai Balwant Ji did, and Guru Angad Dev Ji Paat Ji walks out of that house. When Guru Angad Dev Ji Paat Ji came out of that house, Guru Angad Dev Ji Paat Ji is smiling, because they know that Baba Buddha Ji knew the way. They knew that Baba Buddha Ji, they knew exactly what to do. For this reason, they're smiling. All the Gursikhs fall at the feet of Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah Ji. Baba Buddha Ji does benti. Baba Buddha Ji कहने लगे कि Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah Ji, कि Sangat needs you. कि before Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah Ji left, physical swaroop, physical body. कि when Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah Ji left, कि they said to you that you are now to spread the Shabad, spread this teaching full of truth to the world now. Can the Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah Ji come and now and give peace to the Sangatan? Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah Ji, as they are listening to what Baba Buddha Ji is saying, Mata Virai Ji sitting there, complete chonkra, when they just completely focused on Mata Virai Ji at that moment, she breathes her last. And at that moment, Mata Virai Ji, her life at that moment has come to an end in the charan of Guru Angad Dev Ji. Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah Ji cremates the body of Mata Virai Ji themselves. And they go back home for a short while to Khadur Sahib, to where Mata Khibi Ji is. When they've gone back home, Baba Buddha Ji ne vichara kitiyan. Baba Buddha Ji is then the one that actually found that place where then they established a Gurdwara, a Dharamsal, in that place of Khadur Sahib. Baba Buddha Ji said to Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah Ji in that pen, in that village of Sangar, saying that this looks like a beautiful place, which was a raised place. Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah Ji, they liked that area, and they established in a very short time a Dharamsal, a Gurdwara as we call today, which it wasn't called that back then. And ਉੱਥੇ ਥੋੜੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਦੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਉੱਥੇ ਫਿਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਜਸ ਉੱਥੇ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਹੋਣ ਲੱਗ ਪਿਆ, ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਜੁੜਨ ਲੱਗ ਪਈਆਂ, ਸੰਗਤ start to come there, ਕੀਰਤਨ is starting to be done there morning and evening. ਸਮਾਂ ਲੰਘਦਾ ਗਿਆ, as ਸਮਾਂ started to pass, Baba Buddha Ji remains in the Seva of Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah Ji now in Khadur Sahib. As they remain in Seva, Bhai Balwant Ji, the Kirtani hai, Bhai Satta Ji, Bhai Sattam Balwant Ji are doing Kirtan there. Like I said, as per the button of Mehma Prakash, they said that they were there at that time. Bhai Balwant Ji, a few things started to come into their mind. Bhai Balwant Ji starts to think that this darbar of Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah Ji, that when it's because we sit there and do Kirtan, that's why the darbar is complete. Without us doing Kirtan, the darbar wouldn't even be complete without us. They started to think things like this. Bhai Balwant Ji saying that the amount of Sangat that come here is because of our Kirtan. It's our Kirtan that we do. That's why that the Ras that everybody comes to enjoy the Charan of Guru Angad Dev Ji as well. We play a big part in all of this. The minds have started to be taken over by ego. One day, Bhai Balwant Ji is walking across, and Baba Buddha Ji is sitting there very peacefully. Bhai Balwant Ji, as they are walking over, they looked across and looked towards Baba Buddha Ji sitting there, but they keep continuing to walk across. Baba Buddha Ji looks towards Bhai Balwant Ji. The ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ Balwant Ji, ਬਹੁਤ ਸਤਿਕਾਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ, with much respect, Baba Buddha Ji said, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ Balwant Ji, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕੋਈ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਹੀ ਸੁਣਾ ਦਿਓ, ਕੋਈ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸੁਣਾ ਦਿਓ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ we want to listen to a shabad. ਸੁਣਾ ਅਸ ਸ਼ਬਦ. Bhai Balwant ji looked at Baba Buddha ji and said to Baba Buddha ji, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ 2 ਵਾਰੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਅੰਗਦ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦੀ ਹਜ਼ੂਰੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਚੌਂਕੀ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਆ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਮੇਂ ਵਕਤ ਆ ਕੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਚੌਂਕੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਕੇ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਸੁਣੋ. Bhai Balwant ji, upon Baba Buddha ji requesting to listen to some kirtan, Bhai Balwant ji turned around and said to Baba Buddha ji, they said that I do kirtan twice a day in the presence of Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah. If you want to listen to any kirtan, then come into the darbar, and only in the presence of Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah I will sana you kirtan. You can't expect me to just do kirtan whenever you expect. You can't expect me to do kirtan now today. You are asking today, and then tomorrow another Gursikh will ask, what do you expect me to do? You want me to just sit here all day and just do kirtan upon the request of you Sikhs? They said to Baba Buddha ji, they said, look, if you want to listen to kirtan, that's the only time. Come when I do kirtan in front of Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah ji, and you shouldn't really be asking me these things as well. Bhai Balwant ji walked away. Baba Buddha ji remained silent. Baba Buddha ji kuch nahi bole. Sama hoya shaam nu. When that time came in the evening for the darbar sahib jadon laga, jadon hoya, ਤਾਂ Bhai Balwant ji, as they would every day, they came into the darbar sahib to do kirtan. Bhai Balwant ji sit down to do kirtan in the hajuri in the presence of Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah ji. Bhai Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah ji look over to Bhai Balwant ji. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ Balwant, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਅੱਜ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ. Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah said to Bhai Balwant ji, you're not to do kirtan today. Bhai Balwant ji didn't understand still at this point. Why is Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah ji telling me not to do kirtan? Bhai Balwant ji asked again. They waited a little while and they said, Guru Angad Dev Ji, why? Who else do you expect to do kirtan? Who else knows rag as well as I do? Who else is going to do kirtan? Why can't I do kirtan? Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah ji ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ Balwant, ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਬੁੱਢੇ ਦੇ ਰਾਹੀ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਸੀ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਸੁਣਾਉਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ, ਉਦੋਂ ਤੂੰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਨਕਾਰ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਸੀ. Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah ji said, when I was sitting in the heart of Baba Buddha ji and asking you to sana me kirtan then, you refused me then, so I don't want to listen to you kirtan now. Bhai Balwant ji, not accepting sweetly what Guru Sahib ji has just said, not understanding what Guru Sahib ji has said, he leaves the darbar of Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah ji and he said, well, you know what? He goes, meto Babbe di Bani hai, he goes, main guzara kar lunga. He goes, I've got the Bani of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah ji, I'll get by. I don't need to be here anyway. He walks out the darbar of Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah ji. Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah ji calls Bhai Rajada ji that evening and then the next morning. They thought that they could get by, that its Sangat comes to the darbar because of them. Something very similar like this happened again in Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatshah ji's time. This is a separate Sakhi to that. 5 days have gone past and nobody wants to listen to kirtan from them. 5 days have gone past, whoever's door that they go and knock, that nobody wants to listen to the kirtan, nobody puts any offerings before them, nobody gives them any donation, nobody gives them anything. Now they're thinking we need to go back to Guru Sahib ji. But what face are we going to go with? How are we going to go now? What are we meant to say to Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah ji? But on the 6th day they're thinking, well, you know what, we need to go back somehow. They didn't go straight to Guru Sahib ji. What did they go and do? First they went and met the Gursikhs and they said, we want to do kirtan again. Because some of our historians write, because what they thought, what they wanted, what their mind was in, they thought that they could actually start getting half of the offerings from the golak that comes to Guru Sahib ji's house. All the offerings that come, they thought that they can start getting half because they thought that they are owed that half. Because it's because of them that the Sangat comes. They start to realize within these 5 days, no, the Sangat comes because Guru Nanak Paatshah is Jyot is sitting in Guru Angad Dev Ji Paatshah ji. They come back And that very Gursikh, Baba Buddha Ji, that they refused to Sana Shabad to do Kirtan in front of, that very Gursikh comes forward that remained silent and remained quiet. Indne kabol bole si Baba Buddha Ji. They spoke rudely to Baba Buddha Ji. But Baba Buddha Ji is that very Gursikh that led and took Bhai Balwand Ji themselves. Baba Buddha Ji puts their hands together and says, "Oh Guru Angad Dev Ji, Pacha Ji, Rahm karo." Can Pacha Ji come into the house of compassion, come into the house of Daya and forgive Bhai Balwand Ji and let him do Kirtan again. Baba Buddha Ji, that same Baba Buddha Ji, who they spoke to rudely, that same Baba Buddha Ji is putting the request forward to Guru Sahib Ji, saying to Guru Angad Dev Ji, Pacha Ji, saying, let him do Kirtan, forgive him. Guru Angad Dev Ji, Pacha Ji came forward. ਤੇ ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਭਾਈ ਬਲਵੰਡ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਲਓ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ learn from this ਕਹਿੰਦੇ there is no difference between me and love filled Gursikhs like Baba Buddha Ji. Guru Ramdas Ji ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਕਮਾਲ ਦੇ ਬਚਨ ਕੀਤੇ. Guru Ramdas Ji ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ they said you know that if you don't know what it takes to please Sadhguru Ji, if you don't know what it takes to please Guru Sahib Ji, then do you know what you need to do then? Kende Sadhguru ke ji ki saar na jape. Kende if you don't know what it takes to please Sache Paatshah Ji, ke pure Sadhguru bhave. These are the beautiful bachan of Guru Ramdas Ji. If we can understand these bachan, and I'm going to finish the Dwan in the next 5 minutes on these bachan of Guru Ramdas Ji Paatshah Ji. Guru Ramdas Ji Paatshah Ji kende Satgur ke ji ki saar na jape. Kende we can never know that what is deep inside of our Puran Sadhguru Ji. Sadhguru Ji Paatshah Ji is so deep that we can never understand and work out what it is that is sitting inside of Sadhguru Ji Sache Paatshah. Satgur ke ji ki saar na jape ke pure Satgur bhave. That what is it that makes our complete and perfect Sadhguru Ji Paatshah Ji happy? Kende ki hai Sache Paatshah Ji kende paunda kende aapa kadi jaan nahi sakde. We can never actually know what makes Sache Paatshah Ji happy. And we're thinking, then what do we do? Then what do we do if we don't know? If I don't know what makes Satguru Ji Paatshah Ji happy, then what do I do? Oh Satguru Ji Sache Paatshah Ji. Then Guru Ramdas Ji Paatshah Ji saying kende Gursikhs andar Satguru varta. Guru Ramdas Ji Paatshah Ji kende Gursikhs andar Satguru varte. Kende that inside of Gursikhs, kende who resides inside the hearts of Gursikhs, kende the Satguru does. Those Gursikhs that have fallen in love with Sadhguru Ji Sache Paatshah Ji, those Gursikhs that has given their complete selves to Sadhguru Ji Sache Paatshah Ji, Paatshah kende Gursikhs andar Sadhguru varte. Kende deep inside of their hearts you will find the Guru inside of Gursikhs hearts. Gursikhs andar Satgur varte. Then what? Then Guru Ramdas Ji Paatshah kende jo Sikha no loche so gur khushi aave. Kende jo Sikha no loche. Loche means to desire, to yearn for. Guru Ramdas Ji Paatshah Ji kende oh Sikho, this is all you need to do. Kende jo Sikha no loche. If you yearn and if you cry out from inside to be amongst those Gursikhs that have given Sadhguru Ji Paatshah Ji a place deep inside of their hearts, kende jo Sikha no loche so gur khushi aave. Kende that's what makes kende the Guru happy. That's what makes Sache Paatshah Ji happy. If we yearn to be amongst, if we yearn to be with those Gursikhs that have given Sadhguru Ji Paatshah Ji a place in their hearts. That's all we need to do. That's what makes Guru Sahib Ji happy, if we yearn to be with those Gursikhs. And you know what happens when we think about this? We then try and work out, and we start trying to calculate, who is that Gursikh? We try and put a face now. We think, is it that person? We think, is it that person? ਫਿਰ ਆਪਣੇ ਪਤਾ ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਆਪਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਯਤਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰੀਏ, ਯਤਨ ਕਰੀਏ ਸੋਚਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਆ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਹਿਰਦੇ ਦੇ ਡੂੰਗੀ ਥਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਆ, जिन्हें सतगुरु जी पातशाह दी खुशियां हासिल कीतियां ने, आपां फिर यतन करदे हां कि आपां अपने मन दे नाल यतन करिए सोचण वास्ते कि ओह गुरसिख किहड़ा आ. We try and work out with our mind. That's not what Sadhguru Ji said. Sadhguru Ji said, I don't want you to work out who that Guru da Sikh is. I don't want you to start thinking, well, you know what, it must be that Mahapurkh. Guru Sahib is saying, Guru Sahib Ji isn't saying that they want us with our mind to work out, well, it must be that Gurmukh, it must be that Katha Vachik, it must be that Gursikh that does Katha, it must be that one. That hundreds and thousands of people fall at their feet, it must be that Sant. Guru Sahib Ji is saying, no. This is over here, don't try and use your sanat. Sab sihan bashar ke. Over here, you've got to let go of your cleverness. So what is it that we need to do? How do we find that? Guru Sahib Ji said, listen to the key word. This is all you need to do is yearn to be amongst them. That's it. You just yearn to be with them, and Guru Sahib Ji will take you into the presence, or Guru Sahib Ji will send you and they will be in your presence. ਜਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਆਪ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਲ ਚੱਲ ਕੇ ਆ ਜਾਣਗੇ, ਜਾਂ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਆਪ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਪਹੁੰਚਾ ਦੇਣਗੇ. ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹ ਯਤਨ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਯਤਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਭਾਲਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਉਹ ਕੌਣ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਆ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ, ਉਹ ਫਲਾਨਾ ਮਹਾਂਪੁਰਖ, ਉਹ ਸੰਤ ਆ, ਉਹ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਆ, ਜਿਸ ਨੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੋਚਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਨੂੰ ਫੇਰ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ, ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਫੇਰ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ. ਨਹੀਂ, ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ all we need to do is yearn to be with them, want to be around them. We don't even need to know that it's them that we were around. That's all we need to do. Baba Buddha Ji showed us this. We need to yearn to be amongst Gursikhs like Baba Buddha Ji, but not trying to work out which ones they are. We just need to yearn. We just need to cry out for them. Just like we say every day, Sei pyare mel jina milya tera naam chit aave. संगत जी सारे नाल बोलो कि सही प्यारे मेल जिना मिलिया तेरा नाम चित आवे. तो सतगुरु जी पातशाह जी मैनू उस गुरसिखां दे नाल मिलाप कराओ. जदों मैं उस गुरसिखां दे नाल हुंदा ना तो मैनू आप जी दा नाम चेता आउंदा. I remember your beloved name.
Vaheguru